Hi, this is the first episode of Tiny to Titans. I'm going to take a club in Football Manager 23 for a tiny village in the east of England, make a brand new club and build it up to the Champions League. So let's roll the titles and then we can get started.
I like the way your game is, your diggity. I like the way your game is, your diggity.
Thanks for sticking around. I guess that means you're interested in watching me make a brand new club in Football Manager 23, take it from the lowest in English League football all the way up to the Champions League. Let me introduce myself. I am Joe Diggity, nerdy gamer who got into the Football Manager game through watching Welcome to Wrexham. First time I did try taking on the role of Wrexham manager, but Rob and Ryan sacked me within about 6 months. So I've had a bit of practice, had a look around at different strategies for low league teams, and decided that it would be worth getting all the way down to 20th level league database. There'll be a link in the video for that, of course. And the first thing was to find a small place in England without a football club. A quick Google search turned up Fersfield, which is part of the Bressingham and Fersfield Parish in South Norfolk. The population over those two parishes is 751 people, and it's just over 6 square miles. It's also home to St Andrew's Church, and was the birthplace of the antiquarian and historian Reverend Francis Bloomfield. I'm a fan of alliteration, so I'm going to call this new club Fersfield Farriers. The first thing I did was to make a backdrop for my office. So a little shed background with a view of the pitch, a desk, set of shelves for the trophies to go, and as we get more money, I'll be upgrading this as well to sort of demonstrate our success. The next thing I did was to make a logo. So I went for a classic sort of shield design. I liked the two colours of blue with sort of white background, and because we're going with farriers, I thought a horse on there. So I also did one which was more of a logo for the uniform. So first thing that I'm going to update is we're going to have our little Fersfield badge on the table, so that it's clear what we're doing. The next step is going to be opening up the FM23 editor to create the club and also to create our ground. So I jumped onto Google and found Fersfield and had a look for a space that might be suitable for our ground. So I don't know who owns this space in real life, but this here is what I think would be a great spot for us to put a football pitch. So in this fantasy universe where I'm a football manager, this would be where I would adopt as our starting ground, and it will be our training ground as well. Now the next thing would be to make Fersfield as a club. So Fersfield Farriers. Fersfield, short name. Fersfield Farriers is the full name. Short name is going to be Fersfield. Ferfar, F-E-R, F-F-R. Nicknamed the Farriers. Hashtag, let's go with hashtag the Farriers, as that's our nickname. Not extinct. In England, nearest city is Diss, east of England. So we're going for these two colours of our colour scheme. In fact, that'd be a little paler. Actually, no, that works well. Founded 2022, otherwise we won't be able to take part in the game. Amateur status at the moment. Reputation, morale 1. Brand new club. I want to make this a bit of a tough start. Reputation 10,000. Nobody will have heard of us. Absolutely bottom. Ownership, we're going for a chairperson. Limited liability company, as that's pretty standard. Stadium, so we've already put in Fersfield Farriers. I've said that the average the attendance is roughly 5, minimum attendance, maximum attendance. Everything else is down to 0. I really want to build this up from scratch. Now, figuring out how much it would cost, I've had a quick look at ticket prices for that part of the country. Now, for this is obviously the League Cup. So £5 for adults, down to £1 for kids. I think that's reasonable. What we can do though is just hedge our bets a little bit. So I've gone for the average match price. Let's say average match price is £3.50. Now I've gone with roughly 20 odd games for a season. Season ticket, obviously, you want it to be slightly cheaper than paying every week. That's the sort of point of a season ticket. So if it was straight 20 games, it would must be £70. So let's go with, actually, yeah, let's just go with 70 quid because that works. Special season ticket price, I've no idea what that really equates to. Do we have a rich benefactor? No, I'm going to say. Balance is nothing because we're getting started. And any money that we would have had would have gone on buying uniforms and other things. So although there would obviously be an initial setup cost, we're going to simply go with it not being there. So kit and everything I will do in the rest of the game, but as far as I'm concerned, that is going to be what we are going to have. So theoretically, that should now have that information in Football Manager 2023. So let's load it up, start a new game, and create our club. Okay, so we've created the team in Football Manager 2023. In the end, I just went with editing one that was already there. I couldn't quite figure out how to get everything that I wanted to do. But year founded 2022. We are the Farriers. We've got 3 kits because I like the chevron. Keeping to that colour scheme, we've got our logo in here as well. There's a few things that I'm going to do. So we've got our supporters profile, etc. So I'm going to be using this spreadsheet to track some things. So starting off with my general skills, so one's in everything other than mental, because I want to be able to teach the mental side of the game. I think that would be fairly reasonable for me to do in real life. It would be to explain elements of the game rather than demonstrate physically. Pretty determined, and motivation is something that I think I'm pretty good at. So then we're going to also put in team details. So just going through these one at a time. So on the home page, so we've got 1500 in the bank, which is absolutely fair. 1540. Stadium capacity is 300, so that's quite cool. We're going to have a look at the competitions season preview and see what the odds are. So odds are 50 to 1 for us coming top, and none of our players are in the Dream 11. Then we're going to have a quick look at the staff comparison. So at this level, even with my massive lack of experience, it is still showing that we are top across that board. The team cohesion is abysmal, which is fine because I removed all of the existing players, so it's all lots of greyed out players. I mean, they're not terrible, but let's be honest, it's just filler. So we'll do tactics in a minute. But the atmosphere is average, managerial support is average, which is absolutely fine. And then the last bits that I wanted to track on this was the supporter profile. So we'll go back to that quickly as it's in the inbox. So 14% hardcore, so most loyal. The core fans, 36. 24%, 9% no corporate, 17 casual, 8 followers at the moment, so that's the main thing. So I'm going to have all of those noted in here. So when we go back to this, you can see we've got on here. So this is our starting position. Each quarter, so for example, let's just expand this one a little bit. So July to September. So we're currently in July. At the end of September, I will then re-look at these just to sort of chart growth. I've also got some goals to tick off, things like get promoted into 19th tier all the way up to the Premier League, win different cups, etc. So this is going to be something to focus on. At the moment, I'm not getting paid anything. I've got half a star in my reputation. This is a good place to start. I'm going to leave this episode here because we've now put together our team. The next episode is going to be about getting into the actual nitty-gritty. So next time we will be looking at seeing if we can get some staff on board. With a very low reputation, that's not easy to come by, as I set reputation and everything as low as possible. Get some players in, start getting some training and some tactics and other things set up. So thanks for watching, and bye for now.